Alright guys, this is my second attempt to record one of these cycling videos. I don't have a microphone and that screwed up the other one. I still don't have a microphone, so I'm just not going to do any talking when I'm moving with any kind of speed. So I am at, as you can see from the sign, I'm at the Vargas Plateau Park, and I just climbed up Morrison Canyon Road. That was about a 1,000-foot climb to get up to the entrance of the park here. That was a pretty good workout. But there's already a nice view, and got my gravel bike today. We're going to head out on the trails and see if we can't get a good view from up on the peak, see if we can't put this gravel bike through its paces. Just recently finished upgrading it, and I'll talk about that later in the ride. But let's get down to the trails and see what we have here. Alright, here we go guys. Entrance to the trail for this gate, I believe. Trail and a bit of the San Francisco Bay Trail. So today's my first kind of climbing on any kind of dirt or gravel. So we'll see how it goes. I got through that first little climb. Pretty slippery. It was hard to get my feet clipped in on the climb of dirt. So yeah. Okay, I'll check back with you when we get up a little bit. We're on another climb. And we should be coming up to a pretty good view up here. So I'm going to keep you rolling through the climb until we got to the top. Good morning.
Morning. Good morning.
Challenge. There we go. Hey, clip back in. How about that? Okay. The bike's rolling pretty good. And here, pretty steep climb. Now this climbing section. Got a little bit of respite. Keep you guys rolling. Even though I'm sure it sucks just to listen to my heavy breathing. Slipping. Okay. Whew. get to the first loop, I'd have to look back at my map and see what the name of it is. But it's the East Side Loop in the Vargas Park. And we'll do that East Side Loop first, and we'll do the West Side Loop. The West Side Loop is, I believe, where the best views are. This is my first time up here, so let's just go see what we got. I'll try to keep you running through this loop. Let's go. A lot of horse shit out here. Ooh, slippery. Having a camera on this trail is turning into a little bit of a challenge. Maybe I need a rigid mount. Something to think about. Whoops, I went the wrong trail to catch the correct one. We are just going to have to take this whole thing slow, because I was kind of slippery on that little bit of a descent I did. Right now, I have Continental Terrace Speed 35mm tires. They're good for grip in light gravel and on these fire roads. I clearly cannot brake with them, and they've spun out a few times on climbs for me too, so also sorry, out of breath. I'm also running inner tubes still. These old Alex rims that are on here cannot be tubeless, so I have a new setup coming. Some tubeless wheels and some Racer Gravel King tires, and I think that'll be a better setup. Hopefully give me better grip. And on this stuff, I'm pissing off that cow. You don't like me talking to her. Hi, cow. Okay. Yeah, so that's 40mm pan racers. And I'll set them up tubeless. That should hopefully make a big difference. We're in lower pressures. Dig in a little bit better so they're bouncing like I am right now. Oh, this is bouncing. Look at this. We're out here with the cows. Gotta run the cows hard, that's for sure. Okay. So like I mentioned, I'm taking this bike out on the dirt side of Alameda Creek Trail and the Bay Trail a little bit. I actually used to do that even before I converted to a gravel bike. When I originally got it, it had like comfort bars. It's a hybrid bike. It had comfort bars and a 3x7 drivetrain, very, very heavy. But I was able to get it on some trails. But I now have it with a 1x10 set up with drop bars, and it seems to work a lot better. This Shimano Q's 1x10 is very, very durable. Anyway, this camera keeps sliding down. I think I need a rigid mount for doing dirt rides. And now we're on rim brake still. So when we get to stuff like this, knowing that I was sliding earlier, we're just going to take it nice and slow. Now we'll do pulse braking. Let the rims cool off a little bit. We'll brake again. Rims cooled. Brake again. I need to stop for a second. Ride the hell out of these brakes. Let's just stop for a second. Oh, actually the rims aren't even hot. That's good. Oh, that was a good sanity check, I guess. Getting down safely is more important than saving the real wheels or saving the brakes. These wheels are going away anyways. Yeah, I don't want to end up going over the edge of one of these ridges. We're just taking it slow. Look at that view, you guys. Oh my gosh. So I think, no, that's not the staging area. I don't even recognize that bridge, so I don't know if that's Morrison Canyon Road or not. I don't think so. But what a view! Look at this. That might be 680 right there. I think it is. All right. This is gonna be slow all the way down. I wish I could go faster because this looks fun, but boy, I just don't have the control. Yeah, see we're slipping? We're slipping. All right, we can go right here. Okay. Woo. Yeah, I think we're gonna wait. Do this ride again until we have the 40mm tires to run at lower pressure. I also have upgraded brake pads coming, so that should be a help as well. Okay, I'm gonna walk this part. Too slow. Walk this part. A lot of people hike this trail. So I guess I have too for now. Alright guys. It's pretty out here. But I'm going to shut you off and come back and get you again when we're up on a peak. We are pretty close to the peak, I think, on this side. So we're going around the eastern edge of this loop, and I wanted to bring you along, see the view, Fremont, get around the corner here. Look at this view too. All this pasture land. It's pretty out here. On the road, and then another 500 feet of climbing inside the park. So just for reference, it's a good workout. this hill. We can see from our neighborhood. I don't think it's on this eastern loop. I'm going to take a look. The west loop, we'll find that. I'm actually going to call my wife and ask her to come out and get a picture for me on the peak from our neighborhood. Crazy stuff. My wife was just support my side, I swear. Left. So I'll check back in with you again later. I thought we were coming around the end. Sorry. At the peak of the east loop, and this view down here, it's a view of all over Fremont. You can see Lake Elizabeth right there, and back over there is Quarry Lakes, and we can even see across the bay today. What a view! Well worth the climb up here. I've finished 1,500 feet of climbing. This was the absolute peak of today's climb, so what a reward for that. So I'm going to go back down and we'll try the west loop and see if I can't get my wife to come out and take a picture of me acting fool. To the west loop, and there's names for these loops, I just don't remember. I will see if I can put some on the screen later to name those when I edit. But I wanted to come back in and show just how close we are to the cows. I'm not sure if I recorded that earlier or not. So, right out here with them. I'll be back with you later. Alright guys, we are back down at the base of Morrison Canyon Road. Unfortunately, my camera mount broke while I was on that western loop up there, so I didn't get any footage of that. But we're back down at the bottom. Verdict is, on this bike, I need bigger tires. If I tried to get up out of the pedals on a climb, the wheels would spin, so I had to stay seated. And then on descents, it felt pretty sketchy. So I have some Kool Stop brake pads and that tubeless setup coming, and we will try this loop again when we get the tubeless set up. This will be a good reference to compare it to. Thanks for joining me, guys. Have a good day.